There are 5 habits destroying you from the inside. Not dramatically, not obviously, silently. They promise relief. They offer comfort. They feel harmless in the moment. But each one is a slow poison, draining your drive, your clarity, your strength. Today, we're exposing them. All 5, not to shame you, but to free you. Because awareness is the first step to power. And power begins when you stop feeding what weakens you. Habit 1. Gooning. Let's start with the one no one talks about openly, but everyone feels secretly. Gooning. Endless cycles of empty stimulation. Chasing the next hit, the next rush. The screen glows, the hours vanish. And when it's over, you feel nothing. Worse than nothing. You feel hollow. Your brain operates on a reward system. Dopamine is released when you accomplish something real. When you push through resistance. When you create. When you build. But gooning floods your system with artificial reward. Easy dopamine. Instant gratification. No effort required. And your brain learns a dangerous lesson. Why struggle when pleasure comes without price? Slowly, imperceptibly, your drive begins to die. Real goals feel too distant, too hard, too slow. You've trained yourself to expect reward without work. The result? You stop chasing what matters. You stop building. You stop trying. Consider this. The more you expose yourself to extreme stimulation, the less you feel from ordinary life. It's called desensitization. Your baseline shifts. What once excited you now bores you. What once moved you now feels flat. Conversations lose color. Achievements feel empty. Even joy becomes muted. You're not depressed. Not exactly. You're just numb, disconnected, like watching your life through frosted glass. This is the cost of constant artificial intensity. You trade feeling everything for feeling nothing. Every time you choose the easy escape, you're teaching yourself a pattern. Discomfort arrives. You feel bored, anxious, restless. And instead of sitting with it, instead of pushing through, you reach for the quickest exit. This becomes automatic, a reflex. The moment resistance appears, you run. But here's the truth. Everything worth having lives on the other side of discomfort. Strength comes from pushing when you want to quit. Clarity comes from sitting with difficult emotions. Growth comes from choosing the hard path. Gooning teaches you the opposite. It trains you to flee, to numb, to avoid. And every time you choose escape, real effort becomes harder. I know it's hard, but you need to quit it. Not reduce it, not manage it. Quit it. Because you cannot build a powerful mind while feeding it poison. You cannot develop discipline while practicing escape. You cannot become strong while choosing weakness. The path forward is simple, but brutal. Stop, completely. Let yourself feel the emptiness. Sit with the boredom. Face the discomfort you've been running from. This is where your power returns. In the void left behind. In the space where easy dopamine used to be. Fill that space with something real. Movement, creation, connection, struggle. Your drive will return. Your emotions will sharpen. Your life will gain color again. But only if you stop feeding the habit that's draining you. Habit 2, complaining. Now we turn to something more socially acceptable, but equally destructive, complaining. It feels justified, therapeutic even. The world is unfair. People are difficult. Circumstances are hard. So you speak it aloud, you vent, you release. But you're not releasing pressure. You're creating it. Here's a simple test. Think about the last 10 things you complained about. How many did complaining fix? 0. Complaining is the illusion of action. It feels like you're doing something, but you're not. You're circling the problem, describing it, announcing it, but never addressing it. Meanwhile, the problem remains, and you've wasted energy announcing its existence instead of changing it. There's a pattern here. People who complain constantly are often people who act rarely. The two are inversely related. The more you talk about what's wrong, the less energy you have to make it right. Complaining is a substitute for power. It's what you do when you feel helpless, but it keeps you helpless. Your words shape your internal state. This isn't mysticism, it's neuroscience. When you complain, you're rehearsing negativity. You're activating neural pathways associated with frustration, helplessness, and victimhood. Your brain reinforces these patterns. They become your default. Soon, you don't even notice you're doing it. Complaining becomes your lens. Every situation gets filtered through what's wrong, what's unfair, what's lacking. This is exhausting, mentally, emotionally, physically. You think you're venting, but you're actually draining yourself. Each complaint is a small leak, and over time, you run empty. Meanwhile, people who focus on solutions, who ask, "What can I control?" conserve their energy. Direct it. Use it strategically. They're not ignoring problems. They're refusing to waste power on what they cannot change. Here's the invisible cost. Complaining changes how people see you. Not immediately, not after one complaint. But over time, you become the negative person, the one who always finds problems, the one who drains energy instead of adding it. People start avoiding you, not consciously. They just drift. Interactions feel heavier around you, so they keep them brief, surface level. You might not notice this happening, but you'll feel its effects: loneliness, isolation, a sense that people don't really connect with you. This isn't because they're shallow. It's because negativity is contagious, and people protect their energy. You become someone they tolerate, not someone they seek out. No one respects a person who always complains. This is harsh, but true. Respect goes to those who face difficulty without broadcasting it, who solve problems quietly, who maintain composure under pressure. Complaining signals the opposite. It says, "I am overwhelmed. I am powerless. I need you to validate my victimhood." People hear this, even when you don't say it directly, and respect quietly fades. The shift is simple. When you feel the urge to complain, pause. Ask yourself, can I change this? If yes, focus on action. If no, accept it and move forward. This doesn't mean suppressing emotion. It means choosing your battles, saving your energy for what matters. Complaining makes you weaker because it teaches learned helplessness. It trains you to announce problems instead of solving them. Stop announcing. Start solving. Your energy will rise, your relationships will deepen, and respect, the kind that matters, will follow. Habit 3. Overthinking. The mind is a powerful tool, but like any tool, in unskilled hands, it becomes dangerous. Overthinking is the mind turned against itself. Imagine standing at a crossroads, two paths ahead, both uncertain, both risky. The overthinker doesn't choose. They analyze, they weigh, they consider every possible outcome, every potential mistake, every hidden consequence. Hours pass, days, weeks, and they're still standing at the crossroads, paralyzed. This is the trap of overthinking. It masquerades as wisdom, as careful consideration, as responsible decision-making. But it's none of those things. It's fear wearing the mask of prudence. Because here's the truth. You will never have perfect information. You will never eliminate all risk. You will never see every outcome before you act. Overthinking is the attempt to achieve certainty in an uncertain world. It's impossible, so you stay stuck, waiting for a clarity that will never come. Meanwhile, life moves forward without you. Your mind is designed to identify threats. This kept your ancestors alive. Every shadow could be danger. Every rustle in the grass could be death. But in the modern world, this same mechanism creates phantom threats. You imagine worst-case scenarios. You rehearse arguments that haven't happened. You predict rejection before you've even tried. None of this is real. It's simulation, mental fiction, but your body doesn't know the difference. Your nervous system responds to imagined threats the same way it responds to real ones. Stress hormones flood your system. Your heart races. Your mind spirals. You're suffering over things that haven't happened, and likely never will. This is the cruelty of overthinking. It creates problems out of thin air, then convinces you they're real. And the more you entertain these thoughts, the more real they become. Not in reality, but in your mind, which is where you live. Every action carries risk. The risk of failure, of embarrassment, of loss. The overthinker magnifies these risks, obsesses over them, builds elaborate scenarios where everything goes wrong, and slowly, action becomes terrifying. It's safer to think, to plan, to prepare, to wait for the right moment. But the right moment never arrives, because the right moment is now, and now is always uncertain. So you wait, and think, and wait some more, and nothing changes. This is the ultimate cost of overthinking. It doesn't just waste time, it trains you to fear the very thing that would free you. Overthinking won't fix your life. Action will. Not perfect action, not risk-free action, just action. Because movement creates clarity. When you act, you get feedback, real information, not the imagined scenarios in your head, but actual results. This breaks the cycle. You stop simulating, you start experiencing. And here's what you discover. Most of what you feared never happens. The worst-case scenarios you rehearsed, they rarely manifest. What does happen is progress, learning, growth. Even when you fail, you gain something real. The antidote to overthinking is simple. Set a time limit for decisions. Give yourself 5 minutes. 10 if it's major, then choose. Not perfectly, just decisively. Trust that you'll handle whatever comes, because you will. You always have. Overthinking makes you weaker because it turns your greatest asset, your mind, into a prison. Break out, act, adjust along the way. That's where your power lives. Habit 4, seeking validation. We all want to be seen, appreciated, valued. This is human, but there's a line, and when you cross it, you give away your power. Imagine shaping every decision around what others think, what you wear, what you say, what you pursue, all filtered through one question. Will they approve? This is exhausting, because everyone wants something different. Your parents want one thing, your friends another. Society demands something else entirely. You twist yourself into knots trying to satisfy all of them. But the target keeps moving, the standards keep shifting, and you never arrive at a version of yourself that earns universal approval, because it doesn't exist. Meanwhile, who you actually are, your true preferences, your authentic desires, your real voice, gets buried. You become a performance, a carefully curated image designed to please others. And the person inside, the one watching all this, grows distant, disconnected, lost. Validation seekers are shapeshifters. They read the room, adapt their personality, mirror the values of whoever they're with. It seems strategic, socially intelligent even, but it's a form of self-erasure, because every time you change yourself to fit in, you're saying, the real me isn't enough. This belief becomes foundational. It seeps into everything. You start believing you need to be someone else to be valuable. That acceptance requires performance, and the more you perform, the less you know who you are beneath the performance. You become hollow, a collection of reactions to other people's expectations. This is the cost of chronic validation seeking. You trade authenticity for acceptance, and you get neither, because people don't connect with performances. They connect with truth, with realness, with someone who stands firm in who they are. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Some people won't like you, no matter what you do, no matter how you change, no matter how perfectly you perform. This terrifies the validation seeker. They believe if they just try harder, adjust more, be better, they'll finally earn universal approval. But you won't. And that's not a flaw, it's reality. You cannot be everything to everyone. Your values will conflict with someone's. Your choices will disappoint someone. Your existence will offend someone. This is inevitable. The validation seeker spends their life trying to avoid this truth. They sacrifice themselves on the altar of likability. But the people who matter, who see you clearly, they don't need you to be perfect. They don't need you to agree with them constantly. They value you because you're real. The others? Let them fall away. their approval was never worth the price. Validation feels good, but makes you dependent. Think about it. Every time you need external approval to feel okay, you're giving someone else control over your emotional state. They praise you. You feel valuable. They criticize you. You collapse. They ignore you. You spiral. Your worth becomes a puppet on strings controlled by others. Up, down, up, down. This is a terrible way to live. Unstable, exhausting, powerless. True strength comes from internal validation, from knowing your worth independent of external opinion, from standing firm even when others don't understand. This doesn't mean arrogance. It means rootedness, like a tree that doesn't need approval to grow. You exist. You have value. This is inherent, not earned through performance. When you grasp this, really grasp it, the need for validation dissolves. You become free. Free to be yourself. Free to make choices aligned with your values. Free to let some people dislike you without breaking. This is power. Real power. The kind that can't be taken from you. Stop seeking validation. Start building self-trust. Your strength returns when you stop giving it away. Habit 5. People-pleasing. The final habit is the most subtle and perhaps the most destructive. People-pleasing. It looks like kindness, like generosity, like being a good person. But beneath the surface, it's something else entirely. The people-pleaser lives in constant fear, not of danger, but of letting others down. They say yes when they mean no. They smile when they're uncomfortable. They agree when they disagree, all to avoid one thing: disappointment in someone else's eyes. This seems noble, selfless, but it's actually rooted in fear. Fear that if you say no, they'll leave. Fear that if you disappoint them, you'll be alone. Fear that your worth is conditional on constant availability. So you override your own needs, your own boundaries, your own truth. You become a servant to everyone else's comfort, while your own discomfort grows unbearable. This isn't kindness, it's self-abandonment. There's a pattern people-pleasers follow. Everyone else's needs come first, always. Your time, your energy, your resources, all available to others. But when it comes to yourself, there's nothing left. You tell yourself this is virtuous, that sacrifice is noble, that putting others first is what good people do. But there's a difference between generosity and self-erasure. Generosity comes from overflow. You give because you have abundance. Self-erasure comes from fear. You give because you're afraid of what happens if you don't. The people-pleaser gives from emptiness. They pour from an empty cup and wonder why they feel depleted. Here's what they don't realize. You cannot serve from emptiness. Not sustainably, not genuinely. When you abandon yourself, you resent the very people you're trying to please. The resentment builds, silent, hidden, until one day it explodes, or you collapse. Whose life are you living? If you're a people pleaser, the answer isn't yours. You've adopted everyone else's expectations, your parents' dreams, your partner's needs, your friends' standards, society's demands. You've internalized them so deeply that you think they're your own, but they're not. You've become a character in someone else's story, playing a role they wrote for you. And the person you were meant to be, the one with unique desires, strange dreams, unconventional paths, they're trapped inside, silent, ignored. This is the ultimate cost of people-pleasing. You lose yourself in the process of keeping everyone else happy. And the cruelest irony? The people you're trying so hard to please, they often don't even notice. Or worse, they take advantage. Because people sense when someone has no boundaries. They push, take more, expect more. Not out of malice, but because you've trained them to expect infinite availability. Pleasing everyone leaves you empty. You do everything right. You're helpful, available, agreeable. You bend, you adapt, you sacrifice, and yet you feel hollow, disconnected, lost. Because you cannot fill yourself by emptying yourself for others. You cannot find yourself by being everyone else's solution. At some point, You have to stop. Draw boundaries, disappoint people, say no. This will feel terrifying at first. Like betrayal, like selfishness. But it's not. It's self-respect. It's reclaiming your life from the expectations you've been drowning under. And here's what happens when you stop people-pleasing. The wrong people fall away. The ones who only valued you for what you gave them. They leave. Let them. The right people, they stay. They respect your boundaries. They value you for who you are, not what you do for them. This is where real relationships begin. In honesty, in mutual respect, in reciprocity. People-pleasing makes you weaker because it teaches you that your worth is conditional, that love must be earned through constant sacrifice. But it doesn't. Real love, real respect. It accepts you as you are, boundaries and all. Stop pleasing, start being. Your strength returns when you stop performing. You can continue feeding these patterns and watch your strength slowly drain away. Or you can stop. Today. Here's how. Start with awareness. Catch yourself in the act. Notice when you reach for empty stimulation, when you complain instead of act, when you spiral into overthinking, when you seek validation, when you abandon yourself to please others. Just notice, without judgment, without shame, just see it. This is the first step, because you cannot change what you don't see. Then, pause. In that moment between impulse and action, choose differently. Choose discomfort over escape. Choose silence over complaint. Choose action over analysis. Choose self-trust over external approval. Choose your own needs over constant availability. These choices will feel wrong at first. Your brain will resist. It's been training in the opposite direction for years. But each time you choose strength, you're rewiring yourself, building new patterns, creating a new default. Make this a daily practice. Every morning, ask yourself, what's one habit I'm going to challenge today? Then do it. Not perfectly, just consistently. Over time, you'll notice something. The urges weaken, the patterns loosen, the habits lose their grip, and in their place, clarity, energy, strength, the kind that comes from within, the kind that no one can take from you. This is your power. Reclaim it. You were never meant to be weak. You were meant to be whole. But wholeness requires sacrifice, not of yourself, of the habits draining you. The choice is simple. Continue feeding what weakens you or starve it. Everything you want lives on the other side of these 5 habits. Strength, clarity, peace, freedom. Stop giving your power away. The strongest version of you is waiting, but only you can set it free.